All right, so my name is Alex. I'm in Mr. Cody Tesler's class, and I am in Data 2003. This is a presentation for the final project that is due, and there's a couple questions that we need to answer. So for this 8 to 12 minute video, what I'm going to do is showcase the personal dashboard that I developed in week 7 and present it to you guys and answer a few questions. So one question is, what data did you choose and why? I chose the S&P 500 stock market data because I chose this because investing in stock market is a great habit to have. Currently, I've invested money in ETFs, indexes, and similar, like the S&P 500. And I've seen better results from that I have in just putting your money in savings, which is just a few percentage points. And each month, it's almost each month or every couple of months, it seems to be going down on the savings percentage rate. It's one of the most commonly followed equity indices, and so the S&P 500 is one of the most commonly followed indices and includes approximately 80% of the total market value. There's an aggregate market cap of more than $57 trillion as of August of 2025. What this means is that investing in indexes gives you exposure to hundreds of US companies in many sectors, so you're diversified. It makes for a great investment over the long term. The index has a long history, which makes for high data quality because there's tons of data already in existence. It is ideal for statistical analysis, backtesting, and visualizations, to mention a few. We'll be covering some of that here today. How did you extract the data from the website? I used Beautiful Soup library to scrape the data from Wikipedia and load the data into a pandas data frame. Then I use pandas.read_HTML function to scrape the table that contains the text annual return. pd.read.html downloads at the Wikipedia URL and searches all the tables, elements, and returns a list of data frames, one per table on the page. Okay. The match annual return, including dividends, argument tells pandas to keep only tables text that matches the phrase, which helps to isolate the specific return table. Okay. Why did I choose the visualizations that I chose? So this here is a scatter plot. Since the dataset focused on a time series and daily returns, I chose visualizations to be more informative. For example, the scatter plot. I chose scatter plots and bar charts. I think it made for an interesting visualization, which we did not get to see in lag returns versus today's return in the scatter plot. I think this made for an interesting visualization. We got to see the lag return versus today's return with scatter plots. On the bar chart, we got to see direction proportions. This was perfect for showing the proportion balance between up and down days. So that means using the scatter plots, there was lagged returns, and bar charts which made sense because they directly match the questions the analysis is trying to answer. A scatter plot is the standard way to show the relationship between two numerical values, which is exactly what you have when you compare the lag returns to today's returns, um, and that's that. Another question here to consider is that did you obtain data from a specific source? So, for example, initially I thought maybe there was a pattern to be observed and a process for investing which could perhaps reveal itself. And what I discovered was that was not the case. It turns out that there was no correlation between yesterday's returns and today's returns. Nor was there a correlation from year to year. Crazy. What challenges did I receive while developing the dashboard, and how did I overcome them? So, I faced challenges and errors when going through the different parts. What I did was I believe that there is still an error in my code, and I was unable to find it. So, or figure it out. So I left it there. When I couldn't figure it out, I turned to Gemini. In most cases, AI did help to resolve the problems, um, but not everything. I'm not going to lie. This was extremely hard for me. This time for me was a huge constraint in my life. Um, I tried to make sure and explain my choices and provide context for my decisions clearly. Um, the screencast should be informative. It should allow my classmates to understand both the process and my findings. Um, and it is what it is. It's going to be graded in the same rubric that I was graded on. I'm going to post this presentation and I expect the best results. My name is Alex. I am part of Cody Tesler's class, and I thank you for taking the time.